Big and small, the NHL has seen them all. Here are the best players in NHL history at every height. At 5'3", Roy Shrimp Waters is the shortest player to ever lace him up for the National Hockey League. Despite his lack of size, Waters still came up huge, especially in 1929 when he was awarded the Hart Trophy. On top of that, he took home the Vezina in 1931. A fifth-round pick by the Sabres in 2005, Nathan Kirby went on to play nearly 400 games in the NHL.
A foot race ensues, and Nathan Kirby walks in for a chance. What a goal! Nathan Kirby with a highlight goal.
Kirby once scored 2 goals in a span of 5 seconds, which still stands as a Sabres franchise record. Harold March scored the game-winning goal in double overtime to clinch the 1934 Stanley Cup for the Chicago Blackhawks. The man, known simply as Mush, also went on to hoist Lord Stanley's mug in 1938. He holds the distinction of being the first player to ever score a goal at legendary Maple Leaf Gardens. Drafted 166th overall in the 1987 draft, Fleury went on to win 1 Stanley Cup with the Flames and finished his career with over 1,000 points. Hailing from Oxbow, Saskatchewan, Fleury scored a career-high 51 goals for the Flames in 1990-91. And here's something I bet you didn't know. Fleury also holds an NHL record, scoring 3 shorthanded goals in 1 game. Even though he may not be the most famous Richard on this list, Anri's NHL record 11 Stanley Cups is more than enough to give him the title of best 5'7" player in league history. The Pocket Rocket racked up over 1,000 points in his illustrious career and was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1979. Martin St. Louis went undrafted, believe it or not, yet still comes in as the best 5'8" player ever. The Tampa Bay Lightning's all-time leader in points, St. Louis helped the franchise to their first Stanley Cup back in 2004. He's the oldest player to ever lead the league in scoring, taking home the Art Ross Trophy at 37 years of age back in 2013.
Janssen turned back by St. Louis. And St. Louis going to work. He steals. He cuts in alone. He's gone. Oh, what a spectacular goal. Short-handed. Party St. Louis. 1-0 Lightning.
Marcel Dionne went into the Hall of Fame in 1992, and why the heck not? He should make it in for his nickname alone. The Little Beaver scored 100 or more points 8 times in his career and ranks 6th on the league's all-time point list, sandwiched between some guys named Francis and Yzerman. Not bad company. 1 Art Ross and 2 Ted Lindsay awards solidifies him as the best 5'9" player in league history. 8 Stanley Cups, 13 All-Star games, and he's known simply as the Rocket. I mean, what more do you need to know? Maurice Richard was the first player to score 50 goals in 1 season. He was also the first to score 500 goals in a career. That's more than enough to lock him in as the best 5'10" player of all time. At some point, we'll really have to stop calling him the Kid because he's, well, in his early 30s, but we can call Sidney Crosby the GOAT when it comes to 5'11" players. 2 Hart Trophies, 2 Conn Smythes, 2 Art Ross, 3 Stanley Cups, and you could argue he's still in his prime.
Gretzky down the wing to Crosby in front, he scores! What a goal by Sidney Crosby! Absolutely off the charts!
The great one. Honestly, if you clicked on this video, I don't need to explain why Wayne Gretzky is on this list. The guy has more assists than anyone else has points in NHL history. Let's do it lightning round style. 10 Art Ross trophies, 5 Ted Lindsay awards, 9 Hart trophies, 2 Conn Smythes, 4 Stanley Cups, scored an NHL record 215 points in 1 season and broke 200 points 3 other times. He even starred in a 90s cartoon alongside Michael Jordan and Bo Jackson.
Third of the blue line held in by Duchene. Duchene pass in deep to Taylor. To Gretzky. He scores! He's done it! Wayne Gretzky, the great one, has become the greatest of them all. The leading scorer in the history of the National Hockey League.
Finally, we've got a defenseman. Now, there may be some controversy about this one, but you know what they say, defense wins championships. Nicklas Lidstrom was the cornerstone of a Red Wings team that got to hoist Lawrence Stanley's mug 4 times. He made the Norris Trophy presentation in the early 2000s a mere formality. Only the great Bobby Orr took home that trophy more times than this 6'1" Swedish stud. Mark Messier called me earlier this year and guaranteed that he would come in as the best 6'2" player in NHL history. Okay, that didn't actually happen. But here he is anyways. The Moose is the only player in NHL history to captain 2 different teams to the Stanley Cup. Messier sits 3rd all-time in points behind only Jaromir Jagr and his old buddy Wayne. His resume got him into the Hall of Fame in 2007 in his first year of eligibility. You can't see me right now, but I'm doing the salute. You know the one, sweet hair pouring out from under the helmet with that $1 million grin. The best 6'3" player of all time hails from the Czech Republic and has scored more game-winning goals than anyone in NHL history. And don't even get me started on his longevity. Jaromir Jagr's incredible career had stops in Pittsburgh, Washington, New York, Philadelphia, Dallas. Remember Dallas? Boston, New Jersey, Florida before wrapping things up in Calgary. Jagr has led the NHL in points 5 times and has the most points by anyone not named Wayne Gretzky. Imagine winning a Stanley Cup as a player. Now, imagine winning one as an owner. Now, imagine doing both. Congratulations, you are Mario Lemieux.
Here's Lemieux. The center penalty coming up. Look at Lemieux. Oh my heavens. What a goal. What a move. Lemieux. Oh baby.
Oh, baby is right. He turned that D-man inside out. Lemieux, unfortunately, only played 915 games in his career due to his health, but still managed to light the lamp 690 times. The only player to score 5 goals in 5 different ways in one game. Super Mario is the best 6'4" player of all time. Relax, Leaf fans. We didn't forget about you folks. Nobody has more points in a Maple Leafs uniform than the great Matt Sundin, the first European-born player to be drafted first overall. Sundin reached the 20-goal plateau in 17 of his 18 seasons. Sundin is the Maple Leafs' all-time leader in points and goals. He is also the highest-scoring Swede in league history and entered the Hall of Fame in 2012.
And Sundin is up there. 2 goals on the night. Matt Sundin wins the game with 500 in this terrific career.
I dare you to tell Chris Pronger that he's not the best 6'6" player of all time. I dare you. Yeah, that's what I thought. Pronger was suspended 8 different times in his career, but also won the Norris and the Hart Trophy in 2000. So you could say he played with a bit of an edge. He also once took Justin Bieber hard into the boards in a celebrity game. Not really important when it comes to the list, but hilarious nonetheless. Trying to score on an NHL goalie must be really tough. Now what if that goalie was 6'7"?
Bishop trying to track it down. Winberg! Oh my, what a save! That is the save of the night.
Ben Bishop led the NHL with a 2.06 goals against average in 2015 and has already accumulated over 200 wins in his career. He currently holds the Stars franchise record shutout streak at over 230 minutes, and at 32 years old, it's fair to say that this giant has plenty of gas left in the tank. In 2010, Matt Duchene and Jimmy Howard both failed to win the Calder Trophy. Why? Because elsewhere, a 6'8" kid named Tyler Myers was tearing it up on the blue line.
And Myers steps to the middle. Snowshoes up ahead. Shoot!
Myers racked up 48 points as a rookie for the Sabres and is now nearing 200 in his career. Probably the least surprising man on the list, Zdeno Chara, the tallest player in league history, has been terrorizing opponents for over 20 years. 1 Stanley Cup, 1 Norris Trophy, and nearly 1,500 games later, he is without a doubt the best 6'9" player the world has ever seen. On top of all that, he speaks 7 languages. What can't this guy do?
opens up a little bit of a seam. Chara, the big reach. What a huge